Hello everybody, welcome back here to the Dahlia Society. Today I have got some fantastically comfortable elastic waist pants that I know you're going to love because I have actually fallen in love with them. I'm talking about the Moon and Broad pants. Now I know I've talked about them before, but you guys might not know that Moon and Broad is actually a pattern company for plus size bodies. I happen to be lucky enough to fall into the very start of their sizes. And I've been looking for these pants, a style like this, for a very long time. So I've got to tell you, I'm really happy with them. As usual, as you all know, I always do my little drill at the start, and that is don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to be kept up to date with new episodes, which are usually uploaded once to twice, sometimes even 3 times a week. And that is that I'm here to inspire you to make your own wardrobe. I also have to let you know of the new top I've made here. I've had a pattern for quite a while now, just sitting in the stash. If you're like me and you buy these patterns when they come out and you leave them sitting there and you need to refresh your memory, make sure you put your patterns on an app so you keep up to date. I've got an app called Patterns, the Patterns app. And every time I buy a new pattern, I take a screenshot or a picture of the pattern and I put it in my file. And a lot of people also use Trello, which is another really great app to use just to keep track, because you really can lose track of all those patterns very fast and they end up swamping you, and a lot of them you don't realize how great they are. Now for example here, this one is the Sewciety Patterns Ray Top. Now I've had this fabric in my stash for not quite a year now, but nearly a year, and I bought it from Seamstress Fabrics, who is a great little independent fabric store here in Victoria in Australia. And the beautiful Italian brunette fabric I just loved. I've been waiting for the right pattern, and now we're getting to that nice sort of light spring weather. It's a great little top. The sleeve length is perfect. There's 3 different sleeves you can make in it as well. The puff sort of mid sleeve, you can use the cap one, and you can do a sleeveless version. So I'll pop some photos up of me in the Ray top. It's got that lovely little elastic neckline, really comfortable to wear, and it's that perfect length which is just past the hip, which I tend to wear that kind of thing a lot with jeans and just with pants. I'm here to tell you about the wonderful Glebe pants by Moon and Broad. And if you know that I've been talking a little while now about how I am loving wearing elasticated pants, I know they've got a bad rap. I know years ago I worked in retail and I used to laugh. A lot of them did laugh at them. I used to think, why do all these people want elastic waist pants? Like, you know, are they a bit grandma? Are they a bit comfy? What is it about them? And, you know, heading into the 40 to 50 year mark, and you realize that your body tends to change shape a little bit. You might lose a bit of shape in the middle, and you might be wanting a more comfortable, relaxed pair of pants, but still wanting something stylish. And that's not just for 40 plus women. That's also, a lot of people also face things like irritable bowel or maybe bloating certain times of the month. So elastic can be fantastic. So hence the title, Elastic Fantastic. My favorite style is the flat front elastic back. And I've been looking for quite a while now for just a relaxed pair of wide leg pants that I could make with my beautiful tencel that I bought from the wonderful Fabrics Deluxe here in Melbourne. I've had these fabrics sitting in my stash for quite a few months now, and I was waiting for that perfect pattern. I also have a requirement. I want flat front pockets. I don't like inseam pockets because I find they add too much bulk to my hip area. So I prefer that nice slashed angle pocket, a nice flat front, and the elastic back. Glebe pants for me sort of ticked all those boxes. So with Moon and Broad patterns, you are looking at a hip width from 46 inches up to 71 inches, and that's 118 centimeters up to 181 centimeters. So my hip measurement is 118 centimeters. So I knew I'd be their smallest size, and I just fell right into that first size range, and it's quite roomy. And for me, I just love that lovely drapey soft look of a wide leg pant with a bit of ease through the middle. I just find it just so lovely to wear. And to me, if I'm wearing a pair of pants, I want the drape. I want that beautiful fluid comfortable look. The Glebe pants come in 2 different options. You've got your flat front, which is what I'm wearing now. I'll put some little pics up so you can see, and a bit of video. Flat front has a couple of little pleats in the front, but they're not a lot of pleating, and that's one thing I didn't want, is pleating in the front. although I love the look of a paper bag waist, I just don't think it does much for me. I feel that it's too much gathering around the middle. It really doesn't look great on me. That's just a personal opinion. And I have seen them look great on all types of bodies, I must say. And I've talked about this before. I don't judge anyone on what they prefer to wear. If they feel great in it, they are quite entitled to wear whatever style they want without being judged. And for me personally, I just don't like them on myself. But as I say, I've seen them in all different size bodies, and they do look fantastic. But my requirement was a flat front, elastic back. The pleats are very, very soft. There's only one pleat on each side, and it just sits beautifully. And you have the interface waistband, and the back, the elastic, nice thick elastic back, and that's something you can tighten or loosen to get that perfect fit. And that's sort of something you've got to be careful of too, is you need to try them on before you sew all the casing up properly, get that right fit, because sometimes it takes a bit of wearing to realize that you might have made your elastic a bit too big. So once you get that perfect elastic back length, write it down so you know for next time, because if you're like me and you'll just think, I'll remember that. And you won't. Well, I don't anyway. Always a good idea to write it and jot down a little diary so you know your elastic measurement for your back. The other option was the full elastic waist, which is a lovely flat front. And yeah, there's no pleating, and it's just a lovely high waistband. Perfect sort of crotch depth for me. So yeah, this is definitely a winner for me. I'm going to show you some video footage of the flat front pair and see what you think about that, but they're just the most comfortable pants to wear, and they're also lovely on. They give a lovely line to the body too. It's another thing that really annoys me, that sometimes you might go for a size and you do your grading around your hips or whatever you need to do, and you still can't get that sort of seat to sit properly, and you might find it pulls down at the bottom when you bend over. So with these, they don't do that for me. They're a perfect crotch depth. I can just say, personally, I've found them to be perfect in every way. The only thing that would be a bother to you is if you don't fit in the size range. I'm sorry. I'm sure there will be a way of grading down sizes if you have any knowledge at all of grading. And the thing with the Moon and Broad patterns is that they have been designed for larger, or as in their words, fatter bodies. So I think that's just something we have to be mindful of. I think if you're like me and you listen to a lot of podcasts, and there's a lot of different people in the community that see themselves as plus size bodies, if you hear the way that they speak about themselves and how they wish their community to be referred to, I think we need to take heed of that too. The most recent episode on Love to Sew was Andy from So Pretty in Pink, and she is a disabled sewist, and she actually is one of the models for Moon and Broad, and she absolutely loves their patterns, and I can see why. Very easy pattern to lengthen and shorten. So if you are on the shorter side and you find these wide leg pants are going to sort of swim on you, very easy to take up the hem and really adjust them to whatever length you want. So I love that summer length that just sort of skims on the ankle that I find I can wear with flat sandals. I want them to be draping on the floor, unless, if I'm wearing a heel, I suppose you want a nice wide leg that can sort of hit that shoe. But if you're like me and you're going to be wearing sort of sandals or flip-flops, you're wanting that lovely little ankle length. So the Glebe pants were a dream to sew up. Their instructions were perfect. I couldn't fault them at all. I found them a really quick, easy sew. And I know I'm onto a good pattern if I immediately make up a second pair basically the next day. So that to me is always a good sign. I made these, as I say, I made the smaller size. Sizes aren't a typical sizing. So you might see they've done them a size I, and then up to a size 8. So they're sort of breaking the barriers of a normal size range, I think is a really good thing. A lot of different pattern companies will do that with the letters of the alphabet to use for their sizing as well. Different fabrics you can make these from. As I say, I made them from a beautiful tencel twill from Fabric Deluxe. They could be made in a viscose or a viscose blend, any type of cotton, a linen or a linen blend. For winter weight fabrics, they suggest things like suiting fabrics, even lightweight coating fabrics. And another great suggestion they also have on the pattern, they also have instructions to fully line these pants. If you're wanting to line either half or fully line them, you can do that. You're wanting to bring a bit more warmth to your pants. That is a really good option for everyone in that cooler climate at the moment. The Moon and Broad patterns have been around for only a short time, and in that 1 year they have released 15 patterns, which I think is brilliant for our community. They're actually celebrating that by giving away either patterns or labels for your clothing, and that is by posting and hashtagging their Muna and Broad label either on Instagram or on the internet. They are picking out one winner every day, and that's from the 15th to the 30th of November. That's just to celebrate their 1-year anniversary. So for a small pattern company to bring out 15 patterns in 1 year is no mean feat. That is a fantastic accomplishment, and also to be catering towards the sewing community that have also been left out quite a bit in recent years. A lot of hat companies recently have been stepping up their game as far as increasing their size range, which is fantastic, and a lot of them, it's taken them quite a while to do, which is understandable. There's quite a bit of work involved, but I think it's just great to see that every week there are more and more pattern companies increasing their size range to be more inclusive. As I say, they have got 15 fantastic patterns. Owners of Muna and Broad, which is Jess and Leela, they are friends that have met obviously through the sewing community, that they live in different parts of the world. I think Jess lives in New Zealand and Leela lives in Canada, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but that's from memory. They are very visible on Instagram as well. They're always posting on there, but they are really working hard to bring out more and more patterns. And one thing they did say, that there was a huge need for pants in the plus size community, and pants was something that they found that they had no luck in getting things to fit them, and if they were graded for a smaller, or drafted for a smaller body and then graded up, and they never really fit them right, especially around the middle. So I think they've done a great job in getting all these new patterns out. There's also the Skullthorpe and Willandra pants as well. The Skullthorpe have got a beautiful angular side pocket. I'm really looking at making those in a linen pair as well. I'm loving the look of those. They've also got the Torrens box top, which is a beautiful boxy style top made lovely in the linen. And they've also released a few new underwear pattern designs out. There's a crop bra and a couple of high-waisted style underpants, which is also very appealing to look at. I love that sort of firm fitting underwear that you can sort of hold yourself in, and also look, they look glamorous as well, the way they've done them on the page. So you can really see they've done a lot of thinking there and looked at what their buyer is after, the sewing community in particular, what things have been missing for quite a while. So I will link the patterns below if you're interested. Yeah, really, if you're fitting into that size range and you know that they'll work for you, definitely give them a go. Also, best to make them maybe in a similar weight fabric if you don't want to use your good fabric up first. Think about making them in some kind of woven fabric just to get the fit right. But I am one of those people that get a bit impatient, and I just think if my size fits in on there and I can kind of wing it and see how I go, I'll make a pair up and just be done with it. And really, I was very happy to know that my first sew from Muna and Broad turned out perfect, and I'll be definitely back to make a few more of their patterns as well. So think about posting a pic for their 1-year anniversary, hashtagging, and you may be a winner of one of their patterns. Also their custom labels as well is well worth entering. You still have some time left to do that. So this is part 1 of my Elastic Fantastic series. I have also made another pair of pants up ready to be bringing you. That is the Nini culottes, and I am also in love with those. I really must say I'm finding some fantastic elastic pants patterns. I've mentioned before about wanting to find you guys the most comfortable patterns. As I say, a lot of you I know are in lockdown, you're wanting comfort, you're wanting style as well, but you are number one wanting comfort and something that you can take through all seasons as well. As you all know, most of you know I'm here in Australia. We are entering our summer period, and I have asked in the past if you guys wanted me to keep doing my summer wardrobe. You're all quite happy to see that, because I know a lot of you are really not enjoying that cold wintry weather, and maybe a bit of sunshine might brighten up your day as well. So yeah, I hope you're still happy with that. Really think it's great if I can keep bringing my Southern Hemisphere folks a lot more sewing inspiration for our seasons as well, because we do tend to miss out on a lot. I know a lot of vloggers are in the Northern Hemisphere. So I know that posting that we're in opposite hemispheres, it can be quite frustrating for a lot of people to find that content that suits their hemisphere, but I really hope that you can take on board what I'm saying. Maybe you can use it for next season and write down these patterns as well that yeah, can hopefully be ones that you will make up. And a lot of people do sew one season ahead. Don't forget to look at the Sewciety Ray top. I think you'll all be very happy with the simplicity and ease and the lovely styling in this top. It's really lovely to wear, and it's got that little bit of style, but it's very simple as well. Thanks for joining me today. Keep safe, keep sewing, and bye for now.